Have you ever looked into a woman's eyes and thought, is this love or just convenience? It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? You give your time, your attention, even your vulnerability. But deep down, you're wondering, is she truly in love with me? Or am I just filling a space until someone better comes along? Now, imagine if you could see clear, powerful signs that she's not just into you, but fully, madly, deeply in love with you. Imagine if you could decode her feelings not by asking her, but by watching her. That's exactly what we're about to explore today. And I'm not just giving you opinion here, I'm bringing you ancient wisdom directly from the mind of the greatest Stoic emperor to ever live, Marcus Aurelius. So if you care about your relationships, if you want to stop wasting your time on people who don't really love you, and if you're ready to see what real, deep, devoted love looks like in a woman, then watch this video all the way until the end, because one insight here could completely change your love life. Subscribe if you're new here. Like the video if you believe your time and your heart are valuable. Let's protect both, together. You see, Marcus Aurelius, despite ruling over the Roman Empire, faced one of the same problems you face today. Who can I trust with my heart? Not because he didn't have options, he was emperor. Women, friends, philosophers, generals, everyone wanted something from him, but who loved him? Not for his empire, not for his wealth, not for his position, but for him. One night, walking through the palace gardens, Marcus looked up at the stars. The cold Roman wind brushed against his face, and he whispered to himself one of his most famous lines. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. He realized, if I don't master my mind, if I don't protect my thoughts and emotions, I will be owned by the very people I think I love. That's why we must learn discernment to separate the pretenders from the real ones. And today I'll show you 5 powerful signs that she's truly in love with you. 1. She values your inner world, not just your outer world. Let me ask you something personal. Think back to the first time you really fell for someone. That feeling, you know what I mean, the butterflies, the excitement, that constant thinking about them. What was it that drew you in? Was it their smile? The way they dressed? Maybe the way they laughed at your stupid jokes? But let me ask you the real question. Did they ever really take the time to explore you? I'm not talking about your hobbies or favorite pizza topping. I'm talking about you, your story, your fears, your dreams. The things you don't post on social media. If you're anything like most people I talked to, you probably had relationships where it felt good, but shallow. She liked your looks. She liked the attention you gave her. She liked being seen with you.
But when it came to your inner world, your soul, your thoughts, your purpose, it was like she was standing outside the door looking in, but never really trying to open it. Now here's the truth. When a woman is truly in love with you, she doesn't just want your body, she wants your mind. Let me tell you about a friend of mine, Mark. Mark is successful. He's got the looks, a great job, people admire him. You know what he told me once? He said, "Bro, I've dated women who complimented my style, my work, my car. But the woman I married, she was the only one who ever asked me, 'What scares you the most about your future?'" Doodle, it hit him hard. No one had ever asked him that before. No one had even cared enough to go that deep. That's when he knew. She's not here for what I give her. She's here for me. Now, why does that matter? Because Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When a woman truly loves you, it's like she slowly begins to absorb your world. She doesn't just hear your dreams, she starts believing in them with you. Your fears become hers. Your hopes, she carries them too. That's love, man. Think about your own relationships for a second. Has there ever been someone who listened to you so deeply that you actually felt seen for the first time? If you've had that, you know how rare it is. And if you haven't yet, I promise you, don't settle for anything less. And here's the beautiful part. When a woman loves your mind, she also becomes your partner in growth. You stop being alone in your struggles. You stop feeling like you're carrying your whole life by yourself. So I want you to do something right now. She supports your mission, even when it doesn't benefit her. Let me ask you something and be brutally honest with yourself. What's the biggest dream you've ever had? Maybe it's starting your own business, traveling the world, writing a book, building a legacy your future kids would be proud of. Now think about this. Have you ever shared that dream with someone you loved and watched their face carefully to see how they'd react? It's one of the most vulnerable moments a man can experience, because deep down, you're not just sharing a goal, you're sharing a piece of your soul. I remember this moment clearly in my own life. Years ago, I was dating this girl, and I told her about my dream of building something bigger than myself. I said, one day I want to create something that outlives me, something meaningful. Do you know what she said? Why can't you just get a normal job and stop being dramatic? That moment crushed me. It wasn't because she didn't believe in the dream. It was because she didn't believe in me. Have you ever felt that before? See, here's the truth most people will never tell you. A woman who's only interested in you will support your dreams only if those dreams bring her more comfort. More time with you, more vacations, more things for her.
But a woman who's in love with you, she will sometimes sacrifice her own comfort because she believes in your mission, even if it means less for her. Why? Because she doesn't just see you, she sees what you're building. And she wants that future with you, even if the present feels lonely or uncomfortable. Marcus Aurelius said something powerful that applies perfectly here. What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee. What does that mean for you? It means, if it's not good for your purpose, it's not good for you. And if she truly loves you, she will protect your mission like it's her own. I've seen this firsthand. One of my closest friends is now a millionaire because of a business he started from scratch. But I remember the early days, late nights, no weekends, no fancy dates. Do you know what his wife told him during those years? Go build it. I'll be here when you get home. She even worked a second job just to help him keep things afloat. Not for her, but for him. That's love, my friend. That's partnership. So let me ask you, has anyone ever supported your mission like that? 3. She fights with you, not against you. How do you usually fight in relationships? Be honest. Do your arguments feel like wars? Or do they feel like partnerships trying to solve a problem? Because here's the brutal truth. Love isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about how you handle it together. Now, I want you to think back. Have you ever been in a relationship where the fights felt like battles? Where it felt like the person standing across from you wasn't your partner, but your enemy? I remember this one relationship I had years ago. It started great laughs, late night talks, deep connection. But then, when life got hard, we'd argue. And every time we fought, it was like she wanted to win. Not to solve the issue, not to build with me, but to prove me wrong. And do you know how that made me feel? Alone, completely alone. Even though I was standing right there with someone who claimed to love me. Have you been there? Here's the thing no one tells you. Every couple fights. But when she's truly in love with you, she fights with you, not against you. Let me explain the difference. When a woman's fighting against you, the arguments are full of blame, insults, bringing up your past mistakes just to hurt you, making you feel small. But when a woman's fighting with you, it's different. The argument still happens, sure, but her words are saying, I'm frustrated, but I don't want to break us. I want to fix this. It's like she's standing next to you, not across from you. And here's where Marcus Aurelius comes in again. He said, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question. What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? That's emotional maturity. That's love in action. A woman who loves you knows that your relationship isn't perfect, but she also knows that she's not perfect either. And instead of using your mistakes as weapons, she uses her love as armor to protect the relationship. I've seen this kind of love in action. One of my mentors, happily married for over 20 years, told me his secret. He said, the only reason we've lasted isn't because we don't fight. It's because when we fight, we both fight for the relationship, not for ourselves. So I want you to think about this. Have you ever argued with someone, but deep down you knew they just wanted to win, not love you? That's not the kind of woman you build with. But if you've ever met a woman who fights with you, even when she's mad, that's a woman who cares. 4. She's protective of your name in public. Have you ever been with someone who praised you when you were alone, but then tore you down when you were around others? It's one of the most confusing feelings in a relationship. Behind closed doors, she might say, "I love you. I believe in you." But the moment you're around friends, family, or even strangers, it's like she puts on a mask. Suddenly, she's making little sarcastic jokes about you, exposing your weaknesses, laughing at your expense just to get attention or laughs from others. If you've ever been through that, you know exactly how that cuts. Because when someone you love disrespects you in public, it's not just embarrassing, it's betrayal. Let me tell you a story about a guy named Aaron. Aaron was a good man. Solid work ethic, kind heart, ambitious dreams. He was dating this woman who seemed perfect at first always, complimenting him when they were alone, encouraging his goals, but when they went out with friends, different story. She would make little comments like, "Oh yeah, Aaron thinks he's gonna start a business? Can you imagine him running a business?" Everyone would laugh. Aaron would force a smile, but inside, it was like someone was slowly pulling bricks out of the foundation of his confidence. And here's the crazy part. When he confronted her about it, she'd say, "I'm just joking. Don't be so sensitive." Have you ever been there? Now here's the key difference when a woman truly loves you. She protects your name like it's her own. Marcus Aurelius said something beautiful about character. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. That's exactly what applies here. A woman who truly loves you doesn't join the crowd in mocking you. She stands apart from the crowd to defend you, even when it's hard, even when you're not around to hear it. I've seen this firsthand. Another friend of mine was out with his girlfriend and some friends, and someone started mocking his job. Without hesitation, she stepped in and said, "He works harder than anyone I know, and he's building something real. Don't mistake humility for weakness." She protected him not just because he was her boyfriend, but because his name mattered to her. And that's what love is. It's not just about affection in private, it's about loyalty in public. So here's the question I want you to answer honestly. Has anyone ever defended your name like that? Someone who stood with you, even when everyone else wanted to laugh at you? If you've never experienced that, you deserve to. And if you have, never let that woman go. Because love isn't just spoken in whispers, it's proven in crowds. 5. She's willing to be vulnerable first. Let me ask you something real quick, and I want your honest answer. When was the last time someone opened up to you? I mean, really opened up? Not the fake "I had a tough day at work" kind of conversation. I'm talking about real vulnerability. Sharing fears. Sharing insecurities. Admitting mistakes. Showing you the parts of themselves that no one else gets to see. Think about it for a second. Because here's a secret about love that most people never talk about. Love doesn't start with perfection. It starts with imperfection. I want to tell you about a moment that changed the way I saw relationships forever. There was this woman I dated once. Beautiful, intelligent, funny. Everything seemed perfect. We laughed, we connected, everything on the surface was amazing. But something always felt off. I couldn't explain it. Until one night, we were having one of those deep, late-night talks, you know the kind I'm talking about. And out of nowhere, she said something that froze me in place. She said, "I'm scared that if you really get to know me, you'll leave." Not, "I'm scared of spiders," not, "I'm scared of flying," but scared of being fully seen. And in that moment, I knew it was real. Because that's what love actually is. It's risking rejection to be fully seen. Marcus Aurelius said it perfectly. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. But I'd add something to that for relationships. Be tolerant with others and vulnerable with those you love. See, when a woman's truly in love with you, she's willing to go first. She's willing to say, "Here's the messy part of me. I trust you with it." Why is that important? Because anyone can play cool. Anyone can put on a mask and act strong, confident, untouchable. But the moment someone shows you their scars, their fears, their doubts, it's like they're handing you the most delicate part of themselves, hoping you won't break it. And here's something powerful I want you to think about. If she's willing to be vulnerable first, she's not trying to impress you. She's trying to connect with you. That's real love. So let me ask you right now, have you ever had someone open up to you like that? Or have you been in relationships where it always felt like a performance? Like both of you were acting out a script, but no one wanted to show the pages underneath? Drop a comment. I want to know if you felt that difference. And if you haven't yet, don't settle until you do. Because a woman who's truly in love doesn't hide behind perfection. She steps forward with her imperfections, trusting you to meet her with your own. We've just scratched the surface here, and I'm about to share the sharpest insight next, so don't go anywhere. Closing, bringing it all together. Let's bring it home. If you're still wondering if she's truly in love with you, don't overthink it. Watch her actions, not her words. 1. Does she want your inner world or just your outer world? 2. Does she support your mission even when it's hard? 3. Does she fight with you to build or against you to break? 4. Does she protect your name in public? 5. Does she risk being vulnerable first? 5 signs, simple, powerful. Don't ever settle for a woman who only likes you. You are not built for that. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire and still sought meaning in his relationships. So should you? If she's not meeting these signs, it's not love. And you deserve love that builds you, not love that breaks you. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.